Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike Bass, and today I'll be reacting to yet another home free sea shanty. This one's called the Downeaster. Gotta be careful saying that name because she might be listening. I wonder why it's called the Downeaster. I'm sure we'll find out, but anyway, this is home free with that title. I've tried to say it a number of times now. This song. Here we go.
Well, I'm on the Downeaster Alexa, and I'm cruising through Block Island Sound. I have charted a course to the vineyard, but tonight I am Nantucket bound.
Okay, before we go into the next bit, nice start. Obviously starting with Rob on the vocals. There was a lot of obviously noises happening at the start there, where they were like throwing water down, ringing a bell, making a chain rattling sound. I'm assuming not all of those are done vocally by Adam Rupp or any of the members of the group. However, then we keep switching to like a live stage performance of the song, with Adam Rupp behind a machine that might be making no sounds for him at times. I think I saw him press the button maybe or something. I don't know. Let me know. I'm sure he can do some of those sounds quite accurately, but some of them just sounded too much like the thing they were trying to sound like. You know what I mean? So did he do some himself, or were they all just noises made by various things that they've recorded and played back on the stage or for this song? Let me know. Hang on, let's go back slightly and then we'll carry on.
Sound. I have charted a course to the vineyard, but tonight I am Nantucket bound. We took on diesel back in Montauk yesterday, left this morning from the Bell in Gardiner's Bay. Like all the locals here, I've had to sell my home. Too proud to leave, I worked my fingers to the bone so I could own my Downy.
Okay, so we're getting into the chorus bit here. Very interesting. So we start off with Rob on the vocals. Everyone's on oohs, while Rob's doing those vocals, and then they switch to ahs in the next bit. Just add a little bit more oomph to the song as it starts increasing in tempo. But then we suddenly get harmonies. I think it was Adam Bastine harmonizing with Rob, but I may be wrong because they've all got such unbelievable ranges. It could have been anybody. I heard quite vividly Tim's bass line at times. You can't hear it much when they're all going ah and ooh together, but there's certain times, maybe just before that or whatever, that you hear him go or something like that, and then it gets drowned out by the ahs and oohs. But very nice so far. Let's just go back slightly and then we'll carry on.
I worked my fingers to the bone so I could own my Downeaster Alexa, and I go where the ocean is deep. There are giants out there in the canyons, and a good captain can't fall asleep. I got bills to pay and children who need clothes. I know there's fish out there, but where God only knows. They say these waters aren't what they used to be, but I got people back on land who count on me. So if you see my Downeaster Alexa, and if you work with the rod and the reel, tell my wife I am trolling Atlantis, and I still have my hands on the wheel.
Okay, who's on the oh hey oh I can hear in the background? I can hear Adam Bastine's on going really high at one point, but someone was going oh hey oh in the background there. Not sure who it was though. It could have been any of them. Very nice feel to the song so far. Every time they're in the chorus, it sounds fuller, and obviously the beatboxing's happened at the start of the first time they did the chorus, and then has kept on since. But every time they go back to a verse now, they're sticking with that R harmony in the background rather than the ooh that they started with. I'm assuming maybe when they get to the end of this song, it'll either end quite abruptly, maybe with that R sound or whatever, or they'll go back to a verse, a nice softer verse with the oohs again. That's what I'm predicting. It's quite a long sea shanty, this 4 minutes 25 video, and I mean they might be saying something at the end, so who knows. Let's just go back a little bit and we'll carry on.
But I got people back on land who count on me. So if you see my Downeaster Alexa, and if you work with the rod and the reel, tell my wife I am trolling Atlantis, and I still have my hands on the wheel.
Interesting. They brought back a lot of the noises again that were happening. So there's like a door creak sound. There's like a ding, like a bell sound, a lot of rattling. They brought all that back. Adam could quite easily probably be doing this creaking door sound. Not sure about some of the others. I don't think he can accurately mimic the others as well as he's doing, unless he can. Maybe he can. That's Rob, isn't it? Doing the yeah. Was he doing the earlier one? And he was just, because I'm pretty sure he was singing at the time. So did they have him singing as a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not a backtrack. Double tracked? I don't know. I've forgotten the word I'm looking for, but have they had him singing at the same time as a recorded version of him going, oh, oh? Or in fact, did he do that oh, oh in between his singing? I actually can't remember now. I'm just going to go back slightly to hear the chorus again and hear these oh, ohs. So it is sort of in between his singing, but I don't think he's going to sing and immediately go, oh, and then straight back into singing again because of breath support and things like that. I think he's been layered there. Layered might have been the word I was looking for, actually. Anyway, let's go back forward a little bit to where we were and then carry on.
My hands on the wheel. Now fishing here. I was a bayman.
Nice. There's a lot happening. The beatboxing is obviously really good, but at times I think he's throwing in an occasional sort of sound. I heard a little bit there. I'll wind back to where I think it was literally just before I paused.
Sword fishing here.
There was a sound. It might not have been a beatboxing thing now. I think it probably was, but otherwise he's just keeping the general, nothing too fast, nothing too crazy, general nice little beatbox, some heavy drum hits occasionally, and Tim on the bass line as well at times was going sort of like, because they're all on that sort of, but he's doing like 3 layers, so he's doing like, and then going down each time. So at this bit, yeah, they've conjured back to ooze. I wasn't sure whether it was R's or ooze, so I sort of did an in between thing, but they're on ooze, so it's like ooh from Tim.
More and more miles from shore every year. Since they told me I can't sell no stripers, and there's no luck in sword fishing here. I was a bayman like my father was before. Can't make a living as a bayman anymore. There ain't much future for a man.
Okay, so it's kind of happening with the big drum hits. That sort of like sound I was thinking. But it's like literally at the same time, maybe just after. So I'm thinking there's another kind of layer in here, or it's more of a clap, or maybe like when you got chalked up hands and you do that sort of clap sound, it goes like, you know what I mean? It's similar to that sort of sound. So I'm not sure how they're producing that, but that's interesting. Let's go back slightly. I can hear that again, and then we'll carry on.
Can't make a living as a bayman anymore. There ain't much future for a man who works the sea. But there ain't no island left for islanders like me. Hi, 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 oh. Hi, 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 oh. Hi, 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 oh. Hi, 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 oh. Hi, hi, hi.
Interesting. So I saw Tim mouthing that oh hey oh sound a moment ago. It could be multiple voices actually doing that sound. It's very distant though. I'm not sure how they've produced that. Like how they would do this live and make that sound like that. Would it sound like that live? Oh hey oh. I suppose you can do it. I mean, obviously with the mic technique as well, you can go back a little bit. Make it sound like it's further away. Oh, hey, oh. Change the way you sing it a bit. I suppose. Is it multiple people doing it now? Because I thought Rob was doing it. Because it sounded similar to his voice. But then I saw Tim miming it on the stage. Well, not miming it on the stage, but for this video. Interesting. Who's doing that? Let me know. I'll just pause again to mention that Adam Bastine is doing that same thing, but higher, and he's holding it slightly longer so that that comes after they've stopped going. Oh, very interesting. Another thing that's interesting that I've not mentioned: who's the woman in the video? I wonder. Is it one of their spouses / girlfriends? Is it just an actress they got in for the video? I don't think we've seen a lot of her face in this video, but I'm wondering who she is. Interesting at the end as well, I heard once again those sounds from those like chain, bell, all sorts of things happening in the background again. Were they happening throughout the whole song and you just couldn't hear them at times when there was a lot going on? Or did they just come in for certain bits? Because I only heard them in certain bits, probably when like this, when it's been a bit quieter. So it might have been happening the whole time throughout like the back, adding the backing track, and I just didn't notice them because there was so much other things happening voice-wise. Or did they just come in for those specific sections that I've pointed out? Let me know if you know that too. Interesting. I think that's going to be it. It's just going to be a black screen for the next few seconds. Yeah, very interesting. There's a lot of interesting sounds and things happening in this one. Apart from that, the video is quite basic from depending as I can't even talk. What am I talking about? I know what I'm trying to say and I can't get the words out. In contrast to their other sea shanties that they did, the other two that I've reacted to, where there's a lot going on in the videos, the video was a little bit more basic on this one. That's what I was trying to say. It's a little bit more basic. It's just them on the boat, not really getting up to a lot of antics, not really doing a lot of things. Just you see them just sat there mulling things over, singing, and then they're on stage. Again, not really moving around too much. So the video is quite basic. Obviously, there's a lady on this boat. Not sure who that is, but she was obviously like the captain of the Downeaster, whatever. I really can't say her name because I know that my device is going to hear it. But yeah, very nice. I enjoyed it. It was very different sea shanty to what we're used to, let's say, because sea shanties are usually like ho ho hee ho, up the hills and over we go, and all this sort of stuff. This was very much like a ballad shanty, if that's a thing. I've just made that up, but yeah, it was very much, you know what I mean, like a ballad. Yeah, very nice though. I enjoyed it. Good to listen to. The harmonies were great. Of the many ranges that they covered in this song as well, Tim on the bass and Adam Bastine going high at one point. They sang it really well. Rob, his voice suits sea shanties very well, as does Adam Chance's voice. Them, the two in particular, suit sea shanties very, very well. So Rob taking the lead throughout most of this, it was always going to sound great. They always do on Rob's songs, or they do on all the songs, but you know what I mean. Yeah, very good. I enjoyed it. As always, I'll link the original video in the description. Feel free to give Home Free a like and subscribe to them if you're not already. Feel free to give me a like and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye for now.